Hi everybody, welcome. This is part 5 of the Let's Play of Mermaid Mask. We're in the middle of interrogating Dr. Zephyr, so here we go.
I noticed Mr. Dansom was quite determined to hold conversation with Magnus.
What did Dirk want to talk to Martuga about?
Nothing. It was the act of conversation itself he was after. First-hand experience of Martuga's mannerisms, affectations, and vocabulary. When I inquired as to why Mr. Dansom held fascination for such things, he said simply, research.
So, Dr. Zephyr, I'm guessing you don't have an actual doctorate.
Correct. I walk not the path of formal academic recognition, not for lack of trying, you understand. 8 separate institutions turned me away, asserting that my ideas were, quote, incompatible with our modern world. They forget, of course, that the modern world is a fleeting and ever-changing thing. Indeed, all of history's greatest scientists battled with such short-sighted stubbornness.
So, you want to be one of history's greatest scientists, and fundamentally change how we view the world?
Is that so much to ask?
I mean, yeah, it might be.
So then how did you end up studying dreams?
It was the result of acquiring a particular specimen. It opened up new ways to study the subconscious mind.
A specimen? Like what? An animal?
Yeah, I'm picturing like a lizard floating in a jar of formaldehyde.
Something like that.
So, what are you working on now? Here in your dream chamber?
I am studying subconscious spirit transmissions, analyzing their meaning, their intention.
Do you need to be in a submarine to do that?
Of course not. However, positioning myself here affords me other opportunities.
Like what?
The possibility of studying the most important specimen of all. If her transmission could be analyzed, interpreted, it would be an unparalleled discovery.
Her?
She is all that stirs in the minds of men that they shall never know. A being known only as the Mermaid.
A person?
I've told you all I know.
Then apparently you don't know much at all.
Correct. I have a curious observation about Mr. Werman. Unfortunately, I haven't had the time to perform an analysis, let alone propose a hypothesis.
That's okay. Just tell us anyway.
I observed that he did not seem at all saddened or sorrowed by the death of Magnus Martuga.
You can't know that. Some people don't always show emotion on the surface.
Of course, quite true. However, Mr. Werman did display an emotion. Relief.
Relief?
Gazing upon the crime scene, much of the tension coiled up in Mr. Werman's body visibly dissipated, and thereafter he seemed energized, galvanized.
How did you meet Martuga?
It was on my first visit to Silkworm many years ago. I was merely passing through, so I stayed at the inn where Magnus was working at the time.
So Martuga was just an innkeeper at this point?
Not even. The innkeeper was a woman named Felicia Stonetop. Magnus merely worked under her charge. The two of them split their time between running the inn and running a small sailing ship.
Sounds like quite a nice life.
He joined us about a week or so after we first left port. He caused problems almost immediately.
How come?
Godric made some kind of official request, but Magnus had denied it. Their disagreement was something to do with navigation. For my own sake, I stayed out of it. It is no mark against Cynthia's character. She is a sharp young woman and capable engineer. But I was wholly surprised to learn that she had become captain.
Did she never say she wanted to be captain?
On the contrary, I was aware she'd held such aspirations, initially. But I was under the impression that her campaign had ended in failure.
Meaning?
That Miss Seafoam had made her ambitions known to Magnus, but he had shut them down. It is hypothesized that Miss Moon was embroiled in some form of deal with Magnus Martuga.
What kind of deal?
What would she give him? Money?
His heart beat not for money and things.
What did it beat for?
People. Kinship.
So, Mariana gave him a person?
Maybe information about a person, or how to find a person.
I first learned about Symmetry from a newspaper article detailing her residency at the Fortuna Hall Theater. On the surface, it was merely a review of a magic show, but I felt something behind it, something of great interest. To me, it spoke of someone with a close connection to the ethereal plane. Taking an excursion from the submarine, I attended the performance. Afterward, I requested an audience with Miss Silkmoth herself. And speaking with her for a scant few minutes, I learned two things. First, and most importantly, my instincts had been correct. She was indeed fascinated with the great unanswered questions of metaphysicality. She held a yearning to understand that which could not ordinarily be understood. A woman after my own heart.
What was the other thing? You said you learned two things.
That she was thoroughly unhappy with her lot at Fortuna Hall. The theater owner was a heartless woman who, among other indiscretions, did not compensate Symmetry for her work. But she had no family, nor any other connections. She had nowhere else to go.
So you invited her to come live on the submarine?
To put it simply,
Did she bring all her props and stuff with her?
everything she could carry.
Why? Was she gonna keep working as an illusionist on the submarine?
No, Miss Silkmoth would be working with me here in the Dream Chamber.
I notice she's not here anymore.
Her tenure with me has come to an end. She has moved on to pastures anew.
So, she was an apprentice.
Epitaph to human desperation, a totem of yearning for a time long past.
If you say so.
Tadpole. Tadpole.
A shrink ray, I assume.
It actually does look like a shrink ray. All right, Grimoire. I'll be the guinea pig. Zap me.
Of course, it could be an enlightenment ray. Perhaps you ought to zap me instead.
No one's getting zapped.
Aw.
Mariana Moon's tobacco pipe.
Yes and no.
It's actually a dictaphone, like a little tape recorder.
Curious. Is Miss Moon some sort of covert operative?
Who knows? Maybe.
I think she's just nosy.
I stayed at the Stone Top Inn myself. Back then, it was under the care of a woman named Felicia, but it seems to have passed on to Magnus sometime later. I find this strange, for he was not a member of a Stone Top family. Godric Grip's hand-carved talisman.
You think everything's a talisman.
I thought it was just a part of the branding for his shop.
It may well be. Nonetheless, I conclude that it is imbued with energy, and its primary function is to be an anchor.
It's not heavy enough to be an anchor. I'm pretty sure it would float.
He means an emotional anchor.
Oh, right.
It would float. What an enchanting thought.
Uh-oh. You've given him an idea.
It may transpire that the true meaning of the cane is found in its unsinkability.
So it's a reminder not to sink, not to drown.
Like some kind of life preserver?
Now this is a talisman, surely.
On the surface, it appears so. However, in this instance, I think the concept has been inverted.
A reverse talisman.
A photograph of a divine moon ritual. The man holds the orb aloft, and the being within is imbued with rays of mystic light, granting eternal moon wisdom.
Eternal moon wisdom, huh?
I have that. I skipped the ritual, though. I was just born with it.
Impressive.
Also, I can shoot moon lasers out of my eyes.
Now you're just being ridiculous. Somebody's been trying to piece together Silkworm's history by the looks of it.
We noticed Mortuga's on there, but his name's not connected to anyone else.
Did he ever talk about his family? Or where he came from?
He never spoke of his heritage, no. I remember the first time I laid eyes on Godric Grip. He was dragging this through the parlor. Man and basket both soaked to the core, having just been pulled from the ocean.
This is after he crashed his hot air balloon.
Apparently so.
I wonder why he bothered to bring the basket into the submarine.
Maybe he wanted to fix up his balloon and try flying it again.
If that was his intention, he showed no signs of acting upon it. The ship's compass. I witnessed Cynthia carrying this from the control room the night Magnus was murdered.
Yeah, I think it broke. She was taking it to get fixed.
Odd, it's never broken before. There must be a connection. If only it hadn't been torn in two, then I could be sure.
Of what?
The branch of red coral at the base of the map. I'm wondering if that's the treasure you'd find if you traveled to the X marked in the center. It seems I'm not the only curiosity collector on board. This book, if it is indeed a book, has clearly got a story to tell. It's an incantation sealed in a glass bottle. Traditionally, you might bury such a thing under the floorboards of your house to protect from black magic.
What about if you threw it into the ocean? Would that do anything?
Likely it would have no effect. The ocean is simply too large to be held to account in this way. I have no interest in such a device. It is merely the debris of an exoteric society. It holds no energy.
Sure it does. It says right there. Battery 23%.
Why is it still encased in polypropylene?
Makes it more valuable to a collector. Surely you get it. You're a kind of collector, aren't you?
I collect only one-of-a-kind items, and only those with significant provenance.
Technically, this does have significant provenance, since it's owned by Dirk, and he's the actor who plays the character.
Oh, yeah. What is this, anyway?
It is what it says it is, a quarterly journal of listings and inquiries.
I noticed the prices are listed as ounces, and that's gold, I'm pretty sure.
These numbers are merely a way to ascribe a universal value. Most transactions take the form of a trade, exchanging items of equivalent worth.
Oh, wait, so are these things that people have and they want to sell? Or is it stuff people want to buy?
Both.
What about that last one? The mermaid's tongue.
Likely the most contentious item ever to be listed in the journal. Desperately coveted by those who believe, and disdained by those who don't.
Those who believe what?
That such a thing could even exist.
How come the goggles are blacked out?
It is a weighted sleeping mask.
To induce REM sleep?
Correct.
What's REM sleep?
That's the kind of sleep where you dream.
Aha. So what's the big funnel on top?
It is an energy filter.
So it filters the dreams as they come out of your head?
The opposite.
It filters the dreams on their way into your head?
Correct.
Oh yeah, dreams are transmissions from another dimension. I forgot.
But what's the point of filtering them? What does it do?
To study the transmission, it is first necessary to change the format of the energy signature.
Oh, like when you change a WAV to an MP3.
This is a syntax with which I am not familiar.
Where do you get this from?
It is on loan from Miss Silkmoth.
So it's for some kind of magic trick.
I thought it was a crystal ball, like a fortune teller would use.
Indeed, it is a divining orb of a sort. However, I am not using it to see into the future, for such a pursuit is not but folly and nonsense.
Right. But I'm sure whatever you're using it for is totally rational and sensible.
Do not question the orb.
I'm always telling him that.
Okay, I'll bite. What's a hex bottle?
It is a glass container with a hex inside.
A hex like a magic spell?
I've been forthcoming thus far. Unusually so for a man of my nature. However, certain things I shall be keeping to myself, especially if it has no bearing on your investigation.
What if we can prove it's got something to do with the murder, or the crime scene?
Ah, well then you'd have forced my hand, wouldn't you?
Thankfully I do! The little moon vials. The same
This
stuff.
magazine emanates a peculiar energy. Jealousy, frustration, even greed. The face from the ether. It must be.
What's that?
Tell me, where did you find this?
It was locked in a safe.
Was it now? Would you mind if I took it off your hands?
It's not ours to give.
No, of course. This seems to be a personal item of Cynthia's. As such, it is not my place to make a comment. It's a fine garment, is it not?
Has it been in the control room the whole time?
From the moment I first entered the submarine.
But it doesn't belong to Mortuga.
It does not. Magnus was fairly averse to record keeping.
He can't have been that against it if he bothered to write in the captain's log.
However, standard protocol would be for the captain to keep a record of every single day, whereas Magnus only filed a handful of these log cards in his entire tenure.
Has the wheel always looked like that?
Like what?
With one side broken off and replaced with a different material.
It's never been my job to steer the ship, so I've never really taken any notice. You know, Magnus never liked the name Mortuga Submarine.
Surely he was the one who chose that name.
I believe it was something that just happened. He didn't have a willing hand in it. All told, Magnus was rather dismissive of the notion that the submarine should bear his moniker.
But it was his submarine.
He was dismissive of that notion, too.
That's an interesting
This is where I
statement.
first learned about Miss Silkmoth and her residence at the Fortuna Hall Theater.
This was after you'd started living in the submarine.
Correct.
So Mortuga had the newspaper on board with him.
Only this solitary page. That belonged to Magnus Mortuga, but I suppose it should pass along to Cynthia.
Cynthia doesn't get all of Mortuga's stuff just because she took over as captain, surely.
Of course not. However, I imagine at some point Cynthia may wish to unlock the captain's cabin.
She'd need a glass eyeball to do that?
Naturally. While it holds the pretense of being an eyeball, in truth, it is a key.
Oh!
It's the cloth that Magnus used to cover the cauldron.
Why would he need to keep it covered?
Either to keep it away from prying eyes, or perhaps he concealed it for his own benefit. Before we left port on the submarine's maiden voyage, Magnus asked a favor of me. He wished for me to venture into the Stonetop Inn, collect this cauldron, and bring it on board.
Why couldn't he do it himself? He'd have been strong enough, surely.
I'm not sure exactly. I was already preparing to bring a large amount of heavy equipment on board. I suppose Magnus considered it logical to fold the cauldron into that set.
Was it shut and locked?
Shut, locked, and covered with the sailcloth. Magnus never told me what he kept inside it, if that's what you're asking.
Dr. Zephyr, is this yours?
I don't immediately recognize it.
You sure? It really looks like something that had belonged to you.
Of course, I do concede that I have many similar bottles here in my dream chamber, so it's wholly possible that it originated in my collection.
Nice answer. Totally non-committal.
As good as they were, it was not Miss Silkmoth's politricks that interested me. Rather, I was interested in the base mindset they were a symptom of. In particular, her ruminations upon the great unknowns of life and death. There are clues to it, right here. Look at the choice of words. Unfathomable, inconceivable. And on the reverse, you need only look at the chosen subject matter for her newest work.
It's a Grim Reaper.
Bottled sunlight. It appears somebody's looking to protect themselves from vampires.
There's no vampire on board, is there?
Of course not.
What about Mortuga?
I'll admit, it was a rumor for a time. I believe this to be a depiction of a being known as the Mermaid. However, I've nothing to compare it with, as it's the only depiction I know of.
It doesn't look much like a mermaid.
It doesn't look much like anything, really. Except for the fact it's got a face. At least, I think that's a face.
Stories alluding to such a being were the reason I traveled to Silkworm in the first place. However, I was disappointed to discover that nobody in town seemed to know what I was talking about. It seems to be a secret held by only a very select few.
How long has this been chained to the foredeck? Do you know?
Since the conception of the submarine, as far as I know. The conception of its current incarnation, I should say. The wider history of the vessel reaches back a good deal further, of course. It seems our collective fate hangs on the outcome of your investigation.
I guess.
This is a good thing. It is high time for a shifting of the tides.
What do you mean?
There are too many souls aboard this ship, many of them seeking things they shall not find. A bit of light reading,
It's a book about a hex.
So I see. A charming pulp adventure by the looks of it.
Is it the same kind of hex that's in your hex bottle?
Let's see. No, they're quite different. The hex referred to here is merely an abstract form of curse that manifests, for the most part...
Sorry, did you just read the entire book?
Of course not. Just chapters 1 through 5.
It's a weird glass bottle.
It is the hex...
Yeah, I knew that. The glass moved.
Let's take a closer look at that bookshelf.
I'll just take a look.
Watch out for spiders.
Yeah, I don't think we're on a submarine.
I do seem to need constant...
Miss Tadpole, you said you were an Olympic-level swimmer.
Oh, sure. They never let me compete, though. I got banned way back when I used to swim in regionals.
Why? What did you do?
Nothing. They just decided I had certain physical abnormalities that made it unfair to the other swimmers.
That kind of sucks.
It's whatever. I never really cared about competing anyway.
So what did you do after you got banned?
Oh, you know, left home, traveled, got a job, quit that job, traveled some more.
And, have you always been green?
Oh, you finally built up the courage to ask, huh? No, it was a reaction to some chemicals we used in a little water tank I used to swim in. The doctor said it's reversible, but I couldn't afford the treatment, so yeah, I'm green. Dirk's got a little crush on me, pretty sure.
Cute.
He's a good egg, but he's not my type. I don't go in for the Boy Scout look. Now, if he grew a beard, then I'd be open for negotiation.
Sure, I could see that.
Sorry, could we maybe talk about something more relevant?
Yeah, Zephyr and I had a little falling out.
Over what? Something to do with his experiments?
In theory, I really don't care what he does in his lab. I just didn't like that he dragged Sim into it.
What do you mean?
When I first got here, Sim was working for Zephyr in the Dream Chamber.
What were they working on? Researching dreams, I guess?
Well, sure, that was part of it. They even had Mortuga as a test subject at one point.
They were researching Mortuga's dreams?
Look, it's not the dreams that were the problem. It's the communicating with spirits from the other world stuff.
Oh, like talking with the afterlife.
Zephyr's a grown man. If he wants to research that stuff, he's free to do so. But Sim's still young. I didn't want her getting misled, so I put a stop to it.
How?
I made Zephyr tell Sim he didn't need her anymore.
Ouch.
It's for the best.
Mm.
Now, when Werman got here, that's when things got interesting.
Why? Because he's a famous author?
Oh, no, I don't care about that. I don't read pulp literature.
Oh, right.
Then what's so interesting?
Okay, so, Werman's from Silkworm. just like Mortuga. And after he arrived on the submarine, Mortuga spent a lot of time talking with him.
Wait, you think they knew each other from before? From when they both lived in the town?
No, but I do think they share a connection.
Like maybe they have a mutual friend or something?
Something like that.
Then it seems like Mortuga would have wanted Worman on the submarine if he had something to gain from it, even if it was just information.
What information, though? What was Mortuga trying to find out?
His real
I
lover?
really liked him. He wasn't like anyone else I've met.
What did you like about him?
He was this great combination of super introverted and super proactive. Like you'd be complaining that you had a headache or whatever, and he wouldn't say a word. But then the next morning, you'd wake up and find painkillers beside your bed.
Wow.
Kinda creepy, sneaking into your room at night.
And where would you get painkillers on a submarine?
The point is, he actually cared about other people. Really, the only person he was hard on was himself.
Go on.
Well, for one, he never let himself leave the submarine, even if he wanted to.
Did he want to?
I think so.
Then what was stopping him?
I wish I could say. I know he used to run a shop selling compasses or whatever, but from what I gather, he knew it wasn't really his life's calling. Although he seems to have fallen back into it, so I don't know what's going on there. Creature of habit, I guess.
If Grip didn't actually want to work in a shop, what did he want to do?
He wanted to be the navigator for the submarine.
He'd probably be pretty good at that.
Problem was, Magnus didn't need a navigator. Didn't want one.
What?
It's just, now that Mortuga's dead and there's a new captain.
You're thinking Grip might finally get to be navigator? Under Cynthia?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't think Grip wants to be Cynthia's navigator. I think he wanted to be Mortuga's navigator. Little Cynthia. She's cute, huh?
I don't know if that's an appropriate way to talk about your captain.
You're so right.
You think her being captain is kind of a joke?
It's not a joke to her. She cares a lot about the submarine. I just don't think it's doing her any good to care that much. It's just a hunk of metal after all.
And wood. Some of it is made out of wood, I noticed.
Did Mortuga want Cynthia to succeed him as captain? Did he ever mention it?
No, I'd say he probably felt the same way I do about it.
Which is...
That she's too young and too bright to be living down here in the dark. I couldn't believe it when she showed up. I swear this submarine is like some kind of giant sink strainer.
You know Mariana Moon from before?
Yeah, we've crossed paths. We very briefly both worked for the same guy.
What guy? Doing what?
Performance art. Mariana's act was storytelling.
What about?
The show I saw was about the history of silkworm on sea, with a focus on all the rumors and urban myths. This was before I'd even been there myself. She even mentioned the rumor of the Mortuga submarine, how she'd been in Silkworm looking for it.
What was the rumor?
Just that there was supposed to be this haunted submarine with a captain who got cursed to live underwater forever.
Sounds made up.
I know, right? Sim's quite delicate. She's got some real self-worth issues.
She's kinda eerie.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got this 1,000-yard stare, like a rabbit with the headlights.
She's got a unique way of speaking, too.
Yeah, I'm still not sure how much of it is sincere and how much is residual from her time performing on stage. I have heard her talking more normally, though, when she's with Cynthia.
What about Sim's parents?
Orphan. As far as I know, she was homeless for a while, until the system picked her up and she got moved into the theater.
So, she's never had any kind of normal life.
Nope. That 1,000-yard stare's starting to make a little more sense now, huh? Hey, where did you,
Does this belong to you? We found it in the bilge.
You dropped it, maybe?
Ocean Rescue Divers Association. Is this an organization you used to work for?
Maybe. Looks broken.
Does it? How can you tell?
I just assumed it was waterlogged from the bilge water.
How did you know we found it in the bilge?
Because it smells, and it's still wet.
Oh, yeah. Ew. Sally, you take it.
I don't want it. Ugh, you keep it.
Mariana's like a little mole digging around for worms, except the worms are other people's secrets.
Oh, I can't imagine what you'd get on me. I don't have any secrets.
What about your first name?
What about your second name?
Let's change the subject.
The Stone Top Inn. That's where Magnus lived, back before the submarine.
He lived in the inn, but he wasn't part of the Stonetop family, surely.
No, I don't think he had any family in the town. If you watch him closely, Grip holds this tighter whenever he gets sad or nervous, and only lets go of it when he's totally at ease.
Sounds like you've really been staring at him.
Yeah, well, you can learn a lot watching someone's involuntary movements.
Okay, do me.
You're tired, achy. You only got an hour of sleep on a hard surface.
Wow, I feel so seen.
I'm surprised Sim let you see it. She's normally pretty guarded about it.
Do you know why she wears it all the time?
It's some kind of family heirloom, I think.
Is that you in the photo, Miss Tadpole?
No, I'm not that buff, and my beard isn't that thick.
The woman in the glass ball.
She looks just like you. Except she has long hair. And a mermaid tail.
It's a fake tail. I don't wear it anymore. It actually slowed me down. Not that I could really swim in that little ball anyway.
So who's the guy?
Just some guy. Not important.
Bullshit, nobody important. That motherfucker showed up in Sim's glass ball.
Silkworm on sea. Let's see. Magnus, Grip, Worman, Cynthia. Oh, and Sim. Those 5 are from the town. Or they lived there for a while at least.
You think they all knew each other from before the submarine?
Magnus and Grip knew each other, I think. They lived opposite, see?
Oh yeah.
Grip's got his brand figured out, huh? Kind of an 18th century vaudeville aeronaut vibe?
Even just the choice to use the word emporium.
Cynthia mentioned Grip's compass broke. Looks like Grip's in the middle of fixing it.
Did Cynthia say exactly how it broke? Or what was wrong with it?
She just said it was acting erratically. That drawing of the coral, it looks familiar.
Oh, it's just a generic piece of red coral, isn't it?
It reminds me of a piece I found in the ocean recently.
Can I see it? Do you still have it?
No.
Great.
Hands off. It's mine.
What's this symbol on the front? Looks like someone scratched it in with a claw or something.
None of your business.
How do you get it open?
You don't.
You don't know the code?
Oh, I know it. But you don't.
Is it your phone number? Your birthday?
Name of your childhood pet?
Sally, it's a number.
Oh, yeah.
Hold up. Quick pause.
Paul didn't give us the
I
code.
noticed.
So what now?
Maybe someone else will.
Yeah, I doubt it.
How about this? If we ask everyone and nobody knows it.
Ooh.
I knew that would cheer you up.
Where did you get this bottle from?
I found it in the ocean, like everything else in here.
When? Recently?
Yeah, this morning.
Was it near the submarine?
Of course, I never go too far out.
Are you gonna open it up?
No way, it's a message in a bottle. If I opened it, it'd just be a message and a bottle. Not nearly as interesting.
Can't beat that
I
logic.
kinda wish Dirk hadn't brought that onto the submarine.
Why?
Feels like it breaks some unspoken rule, having contact with the outside world. You know, I think I'd make a pretty good action figure. Maybe a bath toy with little legs that kick when you wind me up.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Do you recognize any of these objects?
The mermaid's tongue, rumored to be lost at sea.
You've heard of it? Tadpole?
Oh, no, not by name.
Maybe Zephyr was trying to get hold of it.
Yeah, maybe he was. This pattern looks a bit like a dream catcher.
What's a dream catcher?
It's something you hang in your bedroom window when you're a teenage girl.
Bingo.
I see.
That belongs to Sim, I'm pretty sure. It's something to do with her old magic act.
You might be right, but we found it in Zephyr's dream chamber.
Still? I told him to give all her stuff back. I'll have to have a word with him.
Any idea what Zephyr's keeping in this bottle?
Whatever it is, he dumps it into the ocean every single night.
What? What do you mean?
Every evening, he comes by the airlock and empties the bottle into the water tank below.
And the water tank leads out into the ocean.
Yeah, and then each morning he comes by with the empty bottle and fills it back up again.
Why? What's he doing?
I've never managed to work it out. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Dirk looks way better like that. The beard, the long hair, the outfit.
You like the rugged pirate look, huh?
I can't help it if I have a type.
I mean, amen.
Tadpole, is this a photo of you?
Why'd you say that?
It's an underwater photo, and it kind of looks like a woman's face. I just thought...
All mysterious underwater women look alike, is that it?
No,
I'm kidding.
For the record, I don't think it looks like you.
Right, it doesn't. In fact, it doesn't look like anyone. There it is, on the left-hand side, in the big tank of water.
What is it? Some kind of sea creature?
I think it's the reason they built the submarine.
They built a submarine to house a sea creature.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. Where would it live? Wouldn't it need to be in water?
Yeah, there's a special area of the submarine that can fill up with seawater.
Where?
You're standing on top of it right this second.
Airlock.
It's custom made. See the S emblem on the epaulets? And on the back?
S for what?
Seafoam, obviously.
So why isn't Cynthia wearing it?
I guess she'd rather keep it preserved. Magnus really wasn't one for record keeping.
Well, he did make a few entries, though.
Looks like it's just each time someone new arrives on the submarine.
That makes sense. He was always people-focused. Human interactions, relationships. It's what he considered most important.
Interesting. I'm seeing Captain so personable while looking like a motherfucking vampire.
Magnus used to let me steer. He even taught me how to do it.
Sounds like he was setting you up to be the next captain.
I don't know about that. I guess now that Cynthia's captain, she wants an up-to-date blueprint of the submarine.
Why was there an out-of-date blueprint?
The ship has kind of a complex history. She's been through a few different phases, lived through a few rough patches. Where did you find this?
Symmetry had it. Does it not belong to her?
No, it belongs to Magnus.
Just the front page? Or did he have the whole newspaper?
Just this one page.
Why is he so interested in Sim's old magic act?
He's not. Where did you find that?
Yeah, it was in Sim's...
Oh, we just found it lying around in a corridor. What is it?
It's Magnus's key. It unlocks his cabin.
Really?
Yeah, you just gotta push the iris, and the key pops out the back, see?
That feels kind of violent.
So, you need to lock or unlock the captain's cabin.
Uh-huh. Magnus only locked that door on rare occasions, but whenever he did, he used this key.
And, the cabin is?
Down the hall from the parlor, at the very back of the submarine.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure Magnus kept this in the storeroom.
He had it covering the cauldron, I guess?
It seems likely.
Just to protect it from dust?
Or maybe he was specifically keeping it hidden.
All I can say for sure is that at one time, this cauldron spent several years underwater. Not just underwater, but in the ocean. I can tell by the growth of the barnacles and algae.
There's no growth on the inside, though. Or on the lid.
Yeah, I noticed that too. This was on the floor of the crime scene. Do you know what it is?
Poison, maybe?
We don't know that. We don't know what it is.
Doesn't make any sense for it to be poison. Magnus was killed with a blade, something sharp.
Right. But there wasn't anything like that at the crime scene.
Well, then it must be somewhere else. I saw posters just like this up on the walls in Fortuna Hall.
You went to see Symmetry's show?
No, by the time I came through the town, she'd already left.
But her posters were still up.
Yeah, the owner was scrambling to find something new. I don't think she wanted to admit she'd lost her star act.
The theater owner, that's Baroness Fortuna?
That's her.
And did she ever find a new show?
No. It didn't work out. Turk tried to get me to take these. He's convinced we've all got a vitamin D deficiency. He said that's why everyone on the submarine is, in his words, moody and weird.
What?
I feel like I know what this is.
The thing in the painting. You've seen it?
Not seen it. More like felt it. I'm pretty sure it's out there. Maybe even right now.
Should we be worried about this?
That's up to you. Magnus wouldn't bring this inside the submarine, but he didn't seem to want to get rid of it either.
So it must have some kind of purpose.
We already know what it does. We saw it on the way in. It shines a big green light so you know where to go to find the submarine.
Cynthia had to ask my help when writing this up. She wanted to put Magnus's age, but she didn't know it.
How come you did?
He and I were friends. I was really trying to get to know him.
Sounds like that might have been kind of an uphill struggle.
Yeah, he didn't really like to talk about himself. So the main character is inspired by Magnus Mortuga?
I think so. But Worman changed his name to Marcus Mordu.
Nice. Real subtle.
I do kind of want to see what's on that piece of paper.
I can read it just fine.
But what if there's something on the back?
So what, you want to break it open?
Maybe, yeah.
Hey, I don't go around breaking your stuff.
Locked.
In the parlor on the floor. Blown a Mortuga.
That's the one.
Is that a person?
A series of ropes.
There for hanging the bell from the ceiling.
Why is there a person up in here? All the suspects are on the list here, so who are you? Why are you? When are you? Tell me your secrets.
It's a treasure chest. Someone's peeking out from inside.
Hello?
It's a radio? What the hell? Why is it made to look like symmetry? Looks like Cynthia's mom?
Is that a bell?
I think so.
Why is it hanging over the desk?
Wait. Egg hatches. All people. Mystic crap.
What's that saying? If wall.
Something like that. There's a globe.
With all 7 seas.
And it's a ship in a bottle.
Really? What ship is it?
Would you not shake it like that?
I think it already is broken. Listen. Something got loose on the inside.
There's something suspicious about Zephyr.
Let's go talk to him.
A candle?
So, was Mortu...
I don't think he actually... I'd say was pirate adjacent. It's a painting.
It's beautiful. Probably haunted, but beautiful.
Her. Your mother finally let me have the map. Most of it, anyway. The corn pits are still there. Problem, I spent all night trying to decipher the actual coordinates. I couldn't do it. Magnus couldn't do it either. But he said we could pay someone to do it for us. So I put him in charge of what? While I make preparations on the ship. I need to. Wanted to turn around and go back to Silkworm empty-handed? Never. So all the way there, he was sulky and moody. Even more so than usual. I mean, he can be such a baby sometimes. It didn't let it bother me because as soon as I had to known it would, the moment we saw the green light, his curiosity got the better. All it up, took forever, it's super heavy, and I didn't really want any of it get damaged. Once it's on deck, Magnus put his arm around it. Stand the thing. He can just about reach, but I told him not to do it like that. Might not be safe since we don't know exactly what will happen. So I said we could do it together, one each. That worked just fine, but we...
So, who is it? Grimoire.
Let's make sure to ask everyone about this.
Everyone.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what... A candle?
So was
I don't think I'd say was Mortuga's desk.
anything in the drawers?
Just dust. Mortuga's desk.
Anything.
Just storage boxes.
Why keep them in here?
Where else would they be?
A storage room?
It's Mortuga's
A
book.
lot of these aren't
Scroll shelf. What's that on the wall?
No idea. It's written in a language I don't recognize.
What's that on the wall?
No idea. It's written in a language I don't recognize.
Okay. This is a new way to
Zephyr,
do it.
Can you tell us more about the work you do as a dream doctor? I'm looking for specifics here.
I've told you all I think you could understand. To be blunt, it's not a line of inquiry that should concern you. That is to say, my experiments have no connection with the murder.
You say that, but we found something at the crime scene that we think belongs to you. Specifically, something we think is related to your little dream experiments.
The moon vial.
That has nothing to do with my research. What makes you so sure it even belongs to me?
The smell. According to Mariana Moon, the liquid from the bottle is seawater mixed with 3 particular herbs.
Mariana Moon's sense of smell knows no bounds, but I fail to see how this information connects it to me.
Dream helmet, baby. No, not this. Hex bottle, baby.
The liquid in your hex bottle has the exact same 4 ingredients.
Irrelevant. The X bottle isn't anything to do with my dream experiments either.
So what is it? What's in the bottle?
The hex bottle contains a sea creature, and it's asleep.
A sea creature?
Hexapus.
A hexapus. It's not called a hex bottle because there's a magic spell inside. It's called a hex bottle because there's a sleeping hexapus inside.
His name is Hex. I've had him since I was a young boy.
Not to be rude, but that must have been quite some time ago. A normal octopus would live only a couple years, wouldn't it?
Hex is a singular specimen with a number of special properties.
Do you ever let him out of that little bottle?
Of course I do. Hex swims freely in the ocean at night, and during the day he returns to me and sleeps in the bottle.
So he's asleep right now.
I knew he was related to your dream experiments.
Who said anything about dreams?
Nobody. But just looking at him, I think I know one of Hex's special properties, and it would explain why you'd be interested in the first place.
Pure subconscious projection, unmarred by the insecurities of the waking mind.
That's pretty cool. I can see why you became a dream scientist.
So the hex bottle was the original. And then you made the dream helmet more recently.
They are two distinct objects. There is no such connection.
Oh no?
The funnel.
Right. The dream helmet's clearly just a scaled-up version of the hex bottle. Specifically, scaled up to human size. We heard Mortuga was experiencing a particular recurring dream. I think he was your test subject.
So, Mortuga wears the dream helmet and lays on your weird chair thing. And then you give him some of the moon potion to help him sleep.
And as he dreams, the dream helmet collects the spirit energy and sends it to...
Shit. This thing?
This antenna wirelessly transmits to this antenna, and the fog ball receives the radio signal. Almost. Maybe just change. This antenna. Almost. Maybe just change. This antenna wirelessly transmits to this antenna, and the fog ball receives the dream energy.
Ooh,
Do not think I
spooky.
cannot hear your mocking tone. It may surprise you to learn that I have indeed had some success in this area. I did once successfully filter something into the fog ball, and I witnessed a face inside the glass, however briefly.
A face?
No doubt the visage of someone from beyond the veil. Unfortunately, I have been unable to consistently replicate it.
Did you make a record of it?
I thought I did, but I can't remember where.
Here.
There it is, irrefutable evidence.
Sorry to burst your bubble, Zephyr, but, the fog ball was designed to show that exact face.
What do you mean?
Where is that newspaper?
What's the connection? What causes the face to appear?
A certain voice. A fog ball's designed to show the face when it hears Sim's voice. That's how the original trick worked anyway. See how in the photograph she's talking to it through the telephone?
I demand that we test this theory. Send for symmetry at once.
Wait, we don't have to.
I have the recording.
Come on, give it up. Just let me.
Hey, listen.
Stargazing girl stares into the ink-black void.
We have a recording of Sim's voice right here.
Stargazing girl stares into the ink-black void. Upon her trembling lips, a question born.
I don't say this to be cruel, but it seems like your dream experiments are, inconclusive.
I'm just glad to have some clarity about what they actually are. And as far as I can tell, it all seems pretty harmless.
Right, and the moon potion.
As you said, merely an herbal tincture.
But then why was it found at the crime scene?
That I do not know.
Do you know if Mortuga had any on him? Did he ever borrow a bottle from you?
It's a possibility.
Wait. This thing?
This is the right clue, but we want...
If Mortuga had the dropper, I'm assuming he had the rest of the moon vial somewhere nearby.
Curious. Where exactly did you find this?
It was on his desk, in the captain's cabin.
And yet, the moon vial was discovered at the scene of the crime, one floor below.
So, Hex actually shows his thoughts on his skin?
Yeah, it's incredible. Hey, what if we got him to think about something else?
How would we get the Hex to do that? I'll explore it another time, but for now I think now's a good time to end the episode. See you next slime, everybody!